Damn, look at that fade. I've been cutting my hair, my own hair, for like the past 6 months. And I've gotten better every time. But when I go extra short, normally I'll do a 1 and I'll flick up and it's easy, so I don't have a line. But then when I do a 0 to a 1, sometimes I get a line. And then I'll just wear a hat for like 2 days until it grows in. And then once it grows in, it actually looks pretty good. The beard I got on point. The beard is easier, but my hair, I'm still learning. Saved a lot of money though. For now, when every dollar counts. But anyways, I am giving some lessons that I've learned within my entrepreneurial journey. Entrepreneurial. Can't talk today. So, first lesson is don't put your worth on anything associated with money, because money comes and goes, and even if it didn't, you shouldn't put your value on how much money you have or how much money you make, or rather who you are as a person, the inherent value that everyone has, regardless of who they are. Everyone has value. So you shouldn't feel bad if you're going through financial hard times. It happens, and even if it doesn't happen, just don't put your value on money, because you shouldn't feel more important when you have more money. You shouldn't feel less important when you have less. Also, you shouldn't put it on based on how you look. If you feel like you look better, you shouldn't feel more valuable. If you feel like you look worse, you shouldn't feel less valuable. Your value shouldn't be tied or have any association with how you look. It should just be based on who you are. Inherent value as a person, who you are. So everyone should treat everyone equally and fairly. And it's as simple as that. Next lesson is I've learned to get uncomfortable in order to have progress within my entrepreneurial journey, because I feel like most people aren't willing to give up their lifestyle. They're not willing to give up their comforts, their preferences, in order to step into a new lifestyle and grow into the person that they're supposed to be. So you have to be willing to give up your lifestyle. You can't say, oh, I have to take my yoga class or jiu-jitsu class, and I have to have my fancy, lunch every day. It's a part of my lifestyle. I can't give that up. You gotta just do what you have to do. And you can't say, I don't like, that job or that job or that job. As long as it's not against your values as a person, you just have to do what you have to do. And I feel like most people aren't willing to give up their lifestyle. They're not willing to do what they have to do to take their life to the next level. It's it's just that simple. If you look around you, most people don't want to give up their social time. They don't want to give up their routines, their overall lifestyle, in order to take control of their lives and accomplish their dreams and pursue their dreams. That's what I've seen in my experience. And learning myself, I truly didn't start making progress until I was willing to let life unfold instead of trying to control every aspect of it. Because you can't negotiate with life. You can't say you want this, but you're only willing to give this much, and then get frustrated when things don't happen for you. You have to be willing to let it unfold and run with it. And most people try to negotiate with life and say, I want this, but I'm not willing to take that second job. I'm not willing to change my schedule and my routines and switch things up and get uncomfortable and get out there and talk to strangers when I'm an introvert, this and that. They make excuses. It's as simple as that. It's got to do what needs to be done in order to pursue your dreams. Lesson number 2. Lesson number 3 is living in the moments and enjoying the present. I have been, the last year is the hardest time of my life. More specifically, the last 6 months. And I was miserable. I didn't have any money. I was further behind financially than I've ever been in my life because my business requires about $2,000 a month just to break even, and it was generating that, but then I had no additional profit all of a sudden over the course of 2 weeks, and so I had to scramble to make money to pay my personal bills, and I had a hard time making that transition. But anyways, I was miserable and didn't feel like myself, felt like I lost myself. I couldn't pay for anything, not even my own personal bills, or even in my relationship. I couldn't even take my girlfriend on a date. I just didn't feel like myself. I didn't have any social time. I couldn't go out with people. And I learned to stop playing the victim card, even if some of it is partly circumstances. You still control the way you perceive everything. And just like in Viktor Frankl's book, As a Man Thinketh, it's so true. You control how you perceive all the external things that occur to you. So even if they're bad, you can just see the good in them, the lessons from them. Even if they're horrible, you can see the growth that they bring you, and enjoy the little things. The little things can be very powerful. It could be something as simple as, a bird landing on your car, enjoying that special moments, or something funny, something that normally might not be funny. It could be anything. I can't think of a good example, but you know what I'm talking about. Just the small things that make you laugh, the sun, feeling the sun on your skin, the little things. Like, life is too short, and even if your life is as bad as you think it could get, even if you don't have a roof over your head, even if you're homeless, even if you're at your worst, as long as you have your health, and actually that's it, as long as you have your health, you're able to make progress, you're able to work, and there's really beauty in the struggle, there's beauty in the journey, the experiences. There's going to always be good and bad, ups and downs. So even if you're literally homeless, you can only go up. As long as you have your health, you can only go up, as long as you're trying. So my point is that it really, all of it's beautiful. It really is. If everything was perfect all the time, you would be bored. And there's examples of that. People that have no problems and have never had to work for anything, they struggle a lot often. They have no sense of purpose. So within the struggle, you typically find yourself and usually develop that sense of purpose if you have any sort of self-reflection and self-discovery. So my point is to enjoy the moment. And with that being said, that leads me into the next one, balance. It's challenging to have balance as an entrepreneur because you have to do what has to be done. But and so sometimes you have to just work all day, every day, and just do what has to be done to keep your business afloat and keep things going. But within that, you can find balance. It's just doing what you can. If it's getting flowers, while you're at a gas station getting gas, grab some flowers for your significant other, if it's one of those gas stations with flowers, or stop at a grocery store. My point is, do what you can do. So if you can pick up flowers, show your significant other appreciation. It's the small things, it's little things. I made that mistake where I was so focused on the big things, and I couldn't provide the big things. I couldn't take my girlfriend on dates. I couldn't do anything that I thought was normal relationship stuff. So I would get frustrated, and I began to live in the future and think, I'll just work harder now, and I'll do these big things later. I'll surprise her with like a nice dinner, a nice trip, nice night out, 2 weeks or a month, and it kept getting pushed back. And so I was neglecting my relationship instead of just focusing on what I could do now. So it ultimately always comes down to what you can do now in the moment. So yeah, you just gotta take control. You gotta reel it back and just do what you can do. If you feel overwhelmed, you, like I said, reel it back. You don't focus on the month. You don't focus on every challenge you have at once. You focus on what you can manage today. And if that's too much, you reel it back to what you can focus on these next few hours. And if that's too much, you reel it back to still focus on what you can accomplish within the hour. If you can't handle that, then you reel it back to 5 minutes, or even now, just now, what you can focus on while living in the moment, of course. So just, living in the moment, appreciating little things, no matter how bad you are, circumstances in your life. Take it minute by minute. You plan for the future, but you live in the moment, and just be happy and do what you can, and try to maintain that balance of priorities. So that was what I was trying to get at. Your relationships, your loved ones. If you don't have time, give them a call while you're driving. Show appreciation. Anything else? A text, a call, a little surprise, anything. It's just doing what you can do instead of making excuses or living the future and putting things off. So I'm learning. I'm learning. Yeah, many lessons.